Coogler's Sinners. How are you? Exactly, that's the energy this film deserves. I'm Clara Anford. It is my absolute pleasure to be with you here this evening for the very first screening of the IMAX 70mm print in Europe of Sinners. This is exclusive. This is history, actually. Now, before we welcome some very special guests to the stage, just a bit of housekeeping for you. Once introduction is over, please ensure that your phones are silent and put away. You will see security up and down in all the aisles, keeping a beady eye on everybody. So please make sure you respect the filmmakers, you respect the film, and you don't record anything. Everyone got that? Everyone good? Okay, wonderful. And lastly, please note the doors that you've entered are now shut from now on, okay? So if you need to leave at any point, you can do so from the back where you will find the exit. All right, let's get to the fun stuff, shall we? We good? All right, I am now delighted to welcome to the stage producer, writer and director Ryan Coogler and composer and executive producer Ludwig Göransson. Welcome, Ryan and Ludwig. It's so exciting for you to be here for the European premiere of Sinners, and it's exclusive because, as we know, we're making history with how this film was physically made, right?
That's correct. You want to talk about that? You go ahead. Never mind.
Let's talk about it. Let's talk about the special print of this film.
Sweet. So our film was made using two very incredible camera systems. One is the Ultra Panavision System 65 camera system. It shoots at a 2:7:6 ratio. The other one is the IMAX film camera, the 15 Earth film camera that shoots at a 1:43 ratio. So for the first time in cinematic history, these formats have been combined into one movie. And we were fortunate enough to have film prints made. This is your back-to-back movie with film prints. This dude is a legend. But first for me, you guys are going to be the first ones on this part of the world to see it. So it's really exciting for us.
Ryan Coogler making history out here. Can you tell us how you started putting together this cast and this incredible just crew of creatives? Because the film is so special in front of and behind the camera.
Yeah, I've been really fortunate to have, this is my 5th movie. And I've been working with people who I really love the whole time. My partners at Proximity, Seb Ohanian and Zinzi Coogler, they're here. We worked together on our first feature film, Fruitville, which we shot over 13 years ago. Crazy enough. But this gentleman here, I've been working with since we met in 2008. So for the better part of a couple of decades, me and him have been in each other's lives and working together. And for this movie, I kind of called on all the best people that I know, all the best people from my past that I worked with, and all the people who I always wanted to work with. And we all went to Louisiana, took our families down there. A lot of us got kids now, and it was kind of like one last weekend getaway before we become full-grown adults. You know what I mean? We too old to do something like this again. So that's what it was. The film started with my love for my uncle, who was from Mississippi, who introduced me to Delta blues music. So I made it with a full heart, but everybody else brought their ancestors and their stories to this project, Ludwig included.
Well, this is it. Ludwig, you smile so warmly as Ryan is talking because you guys well and truly have grown up together, a lifetime of working together. So much incredible music is in this film because it is the heart and soul of the film as well as the horror element as well, right? Can you tell us more about learning about the music from the Deep South from the 30s?
Yeah, I mean, like Ryan said, we've been working since 2008, and I think this is making something like this is obviously was a dream back then, and so standing here now just feels kind of crazy and surreal. But yeah, my connection with the blues actually started with my dad. He's also here somewhere.
He's here tonight.
Yeah, he's a blues guitar player, and he's a guitar teacher.
Big up Ludwig's dad.
Yeah.
Yes. Exactly. Take your moment. Take your moment.
And his first blues album he bought 1965 as Johnny Hooker, and he wanted to name me Albert after Albert King, and so there's always blues music playing around the house. The three kings, Freddie, BB, and Albert, and So we started playing guitar when I was about 6, and then when I was 9, I heard Metallica for the first time, and that's when my music interest really started to get started, and because I felt like I found my own personality in music and my own style, and blues was my dad's, and also back then I didn't think about and realize obviously how heavy metal is also comes straight from the blues, you know. It's like and I think making that connection is something that I wanted to portray in the score, and I think with this film it was important for us to tell the story, and in a very enjoyable way, how blues affected everything that we hear now in the world. All the music that we hear on the radio, every style of music comes from the blues, and that's something that you'll experience in this film.
Absolutely, this film is, as well as just being entertaining, it's a great history lesson for sure. Tell me what you love about working with Ryan so much, Ludwig.
Well, it's creating experiences like this. This is such an event, and working on a movie where music is so embedded in the story, and also doing it together, and what Ryan was saying about the film, the way it's shot, but also the time we spent on mixing this film. You know, the surround, and how we're really making this the most immersive experience ever. And to me, like I've never, I feel like being is like, I'm excited for you guys to see this for the first time, and hearing and experience this how the music swirls around you at times, and really feel that.
Absolutely. Now, Ryan, you said that this film is a love letter to all the things that you love about going to the movies. Not about movies just as they are, but the experience of going to the movies. Can you tell us a little bit more about that, and what are fans in store for tonight with this screening? Because, as you say, 70mm, it's a big deal.
Yeah, I came up working class in Oakland, and I came up in the, I was born in '86, so I was kind of like conscious through the '90s. And Oakland was a special place at that time. And it was crazy is like the place that I'm from, the Oakland that I'm from, is totally gone, man. It disappeared. And ironically enough, the place that reminds me the most of what my childhood home was like is actually London. You know, whenever I'm here, I'm always really happy to be here because it gives me that feeling. And back then, you know, we didn't have internet. You know, we didn't have social media. It wasn't all of these opinions floating around about a movie. You maybe saw a trailer once. We didn't have TiVo. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, you might have heard an advertisement on the radio or something. So whenever you, yeah. Some of y'all young, y'all even know what I'm talking about. But for the elder millennials and the Gen Xers and the boomers, y'all get me. Like, and you would go to the movies. And so, you know, you would know maybe Jurassic Park had a dinosaur in it or whatever. You had no fucking children here. You had no fucking idea. like you would literally have no fucking idea what you were about to watch when you went to go see a movie in the '90s. You know what I mean? And that feeling of, you know, having your mind blown and hearing somebody who you don't know having their mind blown as well. You know what I mean? Maybe 2 rows down from you. And I'm a black man. I'm from Oakland. We talk to the movies. You know what I mean? We talk to the screen. You know, don't go in there. Oh shit, what's going on? Oh my God. You know, and that feeling. You know, that was like what I fell in love with. I decided to dedicate my life to this craft. You know what I'm saying? And I'm blessed to be. You know, I'm not 40 years old yet, but I put. You know, it's my 5th movie I put in cinemas internationally.
Congratulations.
Just because people show up consistently, and I looked at the good fortune that I've had and the people that this has brought into my life. You know, Serena Göransson, his wife worked on this movie. She's here. You know, but you know, I wanted to make a film in the spirit of giving back to the audience and giving back to that feeling. You know what I mean? Recognizing that a lot of young folks have come up in recent times. We got more disconnected in you know, coming out of the pandemic and the strikes. You know, I just felt like we had to make something big and make something that felt like something new, that felt like something old. You know, and that's why we fought for it, and we're so excited to share it with you guys.
That's the word. But like Ryan says, enjoy yourself, be free, talk to the cinema screen.
Please do.
Yeah, this is a community event. Enjoy Sinners, everyone. Big up. last little note. Don't forget to grab your Sinners t-shirt on the way out. You got a little treat. Yes!